Good morning, Flosstube. Welcome to Just So Sherry. I'm Just So Sherry here on YouTube and also over on Instagram. Well, hello. And yes, it has been a minute. Welcome to this Flosstube Extra. This wasn't meant to be just a Flosstube Extra. I filmed all about Harrogate and about all the lovely gifts that I've gotten myself over the last few weeks. I filmed it on Saturday. The theory was I was then going to film the normal part of a floss tube with the whips and starts and finishes and all that lovely stuff. And you know that I'm going to use an official kind of filmmaker's word now. Smoosh. I'm going to smoosh them together. And this is what the plan in the instance. The plan in the first instance was. That's now not going to happen. I'm not going to get a normal floss tube filmed, so I thought I would just release this on its own as a floss tube extra, and then with a little bit of luck, I'll do a normal floss tube next weekend. There's some stuff going on that I'm not going to talk about just yet, but just know that I'm very, very grateful to everybody who's reached out and asked if I'm okay. I'm hugely grateful to a few people who I've confided in and has been supporting me recently. So I don't want to be all cloak and dagger, but equally I don't want to talk about anything either. So bear with me, please, people. Give me a little grace, a little bit of grace would be lovely. And hopefully I will see you next weekend. But in the meantime, here is Sherry from the past telling you all about Harrogate. I hope you enjoy. Hello and welcome to part 2. This is a bit weird. So I'm Sherry from the past, aren't I? By the time you see this. So by now you'll have had me drivel at the beginning and you'll know why it's been done in 2 parts. So part 2 is all about Harrogate, the knitting and stitching show, and other gifts that I have gifted to myself because it's Christmas. So let's start with Harrogate. It was a couple of weeks ago now. 3 weeks ago, I think. It was a while ago. Again, apologies for being MIA. I will try my best, honestly. Yes, what was Harrogate? Well, I went down. Yeah, I went down the evening before, and I was there on the Thursday, and I did 3 workshops. So in the morning as well, they had the Embroiderers Guild. Is that what it was called? I think there, and they had the graduates, and each graduate has a little booth, and they have their I was going to say final year's work, but that's sort of final pieces that they've put in for exams and things like that, and that was fabulous. I walked around and chatted to all of them, all the girls, and I mean, if I could live my life again, you know, I looked and spoke to these girls and just thought, you know, I wish I could tell my younger self, do what your heart wants to do, Sherry, not what you think is the right thing to do. So, yeah. I'm just going to turn this light a little bit. Is that better? Can you see me better now? My glasses was making me look a little bit dark on this side. I mean, I am half dark, let's be honest. I'm a lot more than half dark. So the girls, and there were just girls, unfortunately. There was no chaps among them, although I don't doubt that there have been chaps and there will be chaps to come in the future. So that was really good. So I took about an hour and a half to just wander around there and really enjoy it. And there was also, what was the other one that was there? Oh, it was the Embroiderers Guild, but it was like the shop side of it and the professional side of it. It wasn't the student side of it. And they had some not reproductions, they had some, words are hard, and I've only just started this today. They had some real ones, what do you call them? Original needlework pieces, and they were fabulous. I mean, and they had some white work. RSN did as well, but the Embroiderers Guild white work was, and it was, like I say, it was the original, just fabulous. I'm sure I took some photos, and if I can be a big girl and figure out how the hell to put my photos on again yet, then I will do that. But yeah, it was really good. Sorry, that was a very quick, I needed to hop offline a moment, but I'm back. So yeah, and I didn't really get a chance to chat with the lady who was at that booth with the original needlework, although I would like to, but there was a couple of other ladies chatting, and they were there quite a long time, so I never got the chance. But yeah, fabulous. And then I went to my first workshop, and my first workshop was overlocking, the beginning of overlocking. So I bought an overlocker, or a serger, whatever you want to call it, to do my fabric, because I was sick to the back teeth of it all fraying. And yes, I know I could have done the zigzag on my sewing machine, but I was being a child, and I just wanted an overlocker, because I just did. And I got the overlocker, and I learned how to thread it. And I heard a top tip somewhere, and I can't remember where it was, but they said if you're going to get an overlocker, every single day unthread and rethread it for the first 2 weeks, and that'll embed the knowledge into you. So of course I didn't do that. But I did learn how to thread it, and I did thread it a couple of times, and now I've forgotten because I haven't used it for about 6 weeks maybe. So I wanted it just to serge fabric. I didn't realise you could make stuff with it as well. So we went into this class and we went over the very beginnings of not threading, it was the beginnings of working with an overlocker. So it was how to start and how to finish without leaving a huge long tail. So that was really, really interesting. And basically you just go back over on yourself. I don't know if you can see that there. Can you see where it changes from being super neat to a little bit messy? That's because I've turned it over and come back on itself. So it's pretty much what you would do with the sewing machine. It's just the way you have to do it with an overlocker is slightly different, that's all. So we had a practice starting and finishing and starting and finishing on a scrap piece of fabric. And then we made this little, they called it a snack bag, a sandwich bag. So obviously you can turn it if you don't want these bits on show. You know, you can turn it the other way around. So we made that, and each workshop was an hour. And I'll be honest, I think it was really good value. I think they were £20 each, and I think that was really, really good value. And I didn't know the first thing about my overlocker really. So yeah, it was good to know. It was good to do, and it was good to meet other sort of like-minded people. And we did get the leaflet with all the diagrams in it to how to do it at home as well. Oh, and it says at the end, well done, have a cup of tea and a biscuit. And I've got a cup of tea but not a biscuit, unfortunately. That's now made me think maybe I need to get a biscuit though. Maybe that's God working in my life. Sherry, you deserve a biscuit. You probably do. Anyway, the next, what did I do after that? I think I had to sit down after that. Saying that, I was sitting down in the class. What was the one I did next? It was a fabric box. I'd signed up to make a fabric box. And when I found it, that's what I'd signed up to, I was quite sort of like, what? I'm not really quite sure why I've signed up to this. But I think I wanted to just get to know my sewing machine a little bit more. And that was my theory behind picking this one. It was just something that didn't look hard, and it was very, very basic, and getting to know my sewing machine, because I've got some skills, embroidery skills, and I've got some cross-stitching skills. I have no sewing skills whatsoever, none. Sewing skills have passed me by along the route of my life. So, but it's never too late to learn. So I went and, did I have lunch? I can't remember. It was that long ago. I think I went shopping. I was meant to be shopping just on Friday, but I was a little bit worried that everyone would sell out of all the things that I would need to have. Mainly Sparkly's fabric. That was my need to go on the first day, because I need to see what Kate's got. And it was lovely catching up with Kate again, because I had a really good chat with her last year. And this year I had another really, she's a lovely girl. And Sparkly's fabrics are stunning, absolutely stunning. So I went there, I went to that one. Oh, and the other one was I needed to go to Trudy Ann Designs, because she had some things that I'll show you in my gifts. And I didn't want to run out of those either. And I didn't know whether people hold things back for like different days, or whether they just put it all out and then, you know, by Sunday it's gone kind of thing. I don't know whether vendors hold things back or not. So yes, I went and did a little bit of shopping, and then I went round the RSN booth, the Royal School of Needlework booth, and they had all the white work, and I didn't get as much time. I would like to have gone back round it again, because the first time I sort of went round and looked at it and took it in and admired it, and I wanted to go back and chat to them. If I ever have any spare money, I would love to go to the RSN and do some classes with them, particularly white work and broderie anglaise. I just love it. You know, when I was, 13? Must have been 13, because I can remember my best friend at the time, Emma, laughing at me going, "Hey, Sherry, all you ever do is talk about your broder anglaise top." I was like, well, I like me broder anglaise top. And she said, "No, but you're like right old-fashioned." And I said, "Well, I don't even care. I still like me broder anglaise top." And I'm now 50, and I am old and old-fashioned, and I still like me broder anglaise tops. Only now I know it's called broderie, not broder, I think. I could be wrong. Happy to be corrected. So anyway, that would have been nice to have gone round there a second time, but I didn't get the chance, and I just had a wander round. And then I went to my third class, and I got this bag, because we all need a tote bag. Oh, that was the funniest thing. By the time I got to this class, I kid you not, I had 5 tote bags across my shoulder, and I would lift them all up, and it was like this thick, the tote bags I had, and everyone was like, "What are you doing? How have you got all them? And what the hell's in them?" Well, that was the day I wasn't shopping, wasn't it? So there wasn't very much in them. Anyway, so I got number 5 tote bag from, what was it called? maidenmaking.co.uk. So we got a bag. Did I show you the fabric? No, I didn't. Right, Sherry. Oh, this is the second class. This was the fabric box class that I haven't shown you yet. So I made this. No, I haven't snipped off all of my threads yet. So it's meant to double back on itself like that. But we didn't have time to put the or they didn't show how to put the what you call it on. Now, she was saying you can, I mean, obviously we've just, it's just backed with a muslin, some type of muslin or cotton. You can have it either way around depending on your fabric choice. So you can actually put it out this way. And have it with little pockets here, so you can stick scissors, or what's this, me hole punch. This is what I use to make me floss drop cards. So you can stick things in. It's probably not a great thing to choose, but scissors mainly, I was thinking. Scissors, pens, and then in the middle you can have all your supplies that you need, you know, like sweets or biscuits or, you know, things that you need to hand. So the other thing that occurred to me that I thought, and I could be wrong because I'm not a sewer, as we've established, I could have cut these off and then overlocked them, but I would then need to, I would then have it like that way around, but it would get rid of the bulk from the middle if I wanted to do that. You sewers among you, let me know if that is a reasonable thought or not, or if I'm just singing in the wind. What's happening in the wind? Something happens in the wind. You dance in the rain. You don't. What is it? It's something blowing in the breeze or doing something anyway. And then the third workshop I went to was when I can open it. It was, well, it kind of looked like how to make triangles when I looked, and I thought, why have I signed up for that? I'm not entirely sure why I would have signed up for that. But here, it was embroidered pyramid boxes that I'd signed up for. Bring that in and show you. And it just looked like, I remember thinking I wouldn't know where to start with something like that. So yeah, I'll go and learn some new stuff. Now, this was with Sunflower Stitches. What was the lady's name? She was lovely. And they had a stall there as well. And what we got, all of the stuff you needed. All of it. Well, mainly all of it. And a couple of little what you call it, little wooden hearts to put on as well. So basically she showed us, and I can't remember what this is called, but she showed us how to, these came sort of prefixed. So we got this this batten that was on it already prefixed onto this bits, and then there was some other bits that were prefixed on as well. So these were done. And then we got some more of this. I don't know what it's called. And obviously this to make them. And I've totally forgotten. Let me look at the instructions. Oh yeah. Yeah, so a bit needs to go on the front and a bit needs to go on the back. And then you sew them all together and you've got this box. And then you've got like rings at the top. So it was a case of we were just sitting, basically starting to make our embroidered pieces. Sorry, the light's blown it out a little bit. And then obviously it'll back fold over. And I had an interesting conversation with her. And she jumped right down my throat. And that was interesting.
Well, if you're gonna go there, let's dance, you know. So I said to her, so I'll show you this again. I said to her, so this is like slow stitching, isn't it? There's no such thing as slow stitching. Embroidery is embroidery. I don't care what it is. And she like went off on this rant about what slow stitching was and what it wasn't, and what embroidery was and what embroidery wasn't. And I was like, okay. You see, I think, and this is only my opinion, and I don't know if it's because it was how I was taught or what, if something is meant to be correct, then, you know, like a straight running stitch or a straight back stitch or a herringbone stitch or anything like that, if your stitch is meant to be correct and perfect, that's embroidery to me, because it's a skill that you learn. Slow stitching is an expression, so it certainly doesn't need to be, I mean, if you look up slow stitching, it is literally putting needle to fabric and going where your head takes you. None of it is meant to be uniform or perfect or anything like that. And that's just my opinion. And apparently my opinion is not the same as hers. And actually that is okay. You know, she feels embroidery's embroidery, and I get that. I do get that. But it was just interesting because she literally went like, right, and I just sort of went, I hear what you're saying. However, I'm not going to sit and just take it just because you're the teacher. So I did give my opinion, but I did it in a very gentle, loving way. Honest, ma'am, I did. I was nice. I behaved. I played nice with the girls outside, right? And then I took my ball and I went home. No, to be fair, it was fine. It was fine. And she was a lovely lady, but yeah, I think my opinion slightly differs to hers. But that is the whole point of opinion, isn't it? It's like nobody's really right or wrong. Facts are different from opinions. So anyway, before we get into the territory of causing mayhem in my comments, be kind. I'm not as, what do you call it, robust as I normally am. But yeah, that was quite nice. And I think one of the nicest things about doing the workshops was meeting people, because obviously we were all on, and of course there was a bloody Just So Sherry in the fabric box class, because we had a power cut. Not the class, just our table, just my table had a power cut. So hence why mine's not fully finished or anything like that, because we lost quite a bit of time and there was nothing we could do. And they had men, those creatures, men, they had men come and fix it. Hang on a second. I've dropped a little ring, and if I don't put that in, I will lose it. It's meant to go on the top, I think, for the ribbon to thread through. So that was that. Yes, the man came and fixed it, but it took him a while, because that's men. If there'd been a woman on the job, it would have been done toot sweet. So that was that. I then went, where did I go? I was knackered, so I think I went home to my hotel. And on the Friday, I was meeting Lauren, Flossabilities, and Mama Floss, I should say, Lynn, and Sally, Flossie Sews and Grows. So it was all a bit hectic, because it was when
I think there was snow forecast. Yeah, it was the week that we'd had snow. And poor Lauren and Sally had the journey. No, I think Sally's was all right. Lauren had the journey from hell. So I just went and had a little mooch around by myself until I heard this voice, Sherry! I don't know how she found us. There's 4 massive halls worth of hundreds of vendors. And Lauren found me. And I don't know how, actually. I genuinely don't know how. She says it's because she was used to playing Where's Waldo from The Big Stitch, because every time she turned around I was missing again. So she was used to sort of honing in, where's Sherry? But it was just lovely to see her. Absolutely lovely. I kind of flew into my arms, like, oh my God, Lauren, are you all right? And again, I assume that will be a little bit clearer, depending on what I've already said in my future video. So, yeah, I met them too. Mine, to be fair, was at a cross-stitch stand, but there was more than one. But it was just so good. And we went round together and we saw Sally, Flossie Sews and Grows, and Sally's mum, who was lovely. And she's at, what was I chatting to Sally's mum about? I think it was embroidery. We had a lovely chat. And the menopause had struck again because I can't remember what it was about. Sure, it was about embroidery from when we were younger. So that was really interesting. It was really lovely to meet her. And it's always lovely to see Sally. She's lush. And yeah, I went round the stalls and I bought things. Did we have lunch? We did have lunch. Can't remember what we had for lunch, but we would have had lunch at some point. Oh, that's right. We sat in the hall. We sat in the where the stage and everything used to be, because it must be an old theatre, or built around an old theatre. So we sat in the stalls because we were in the cheap seats at the back. We knew our place. You 3 cheap seats at the back, said the attendant. All right then. But we just never stopped talking. It was just lovely. I had a lovely, lovely, lovely day. And then I went shopping. I did go shopping. Some of the shopping stuff was from day one, as you will see from my first purchases. I have got some other stuff from some other places. But this has all been out forever, and I think this is why I decided I need to do something. Otherwise I'll never get back to Flosstube, because this stuff's been out from Harrogate. I've ended up putting some of it away, some of the more, like I got some wadding and stuff like that, and I've ended up putting that away. Couldn't wait any longer. And I've left out the more sort of exciting things. And I'm looking forward to finding out what I bought, because it's been here for over 3 weeks. So that'll be fun. So we will start with the Embroiderers Guild. One of my tote bags that I ended up putting over my shoulder, and somehow it ended up with things in it. Don't know how that happened. So yeah, I bought these from the Embroiderers Guild. I think I've just said that. So I bought that one, and it was buy one. There was an offer where if you bought 2, you got money off. So I got 2. So these were 2 of my over me shoulder bags. I also had my cowslip one. And down here, I don't know if you can see, that's my new knitting and stitching one. So I had all these 4 over me shoulder, and then I was given that red one. And they were all full of stuff. Yeah, yeah. So I got those 2 bags. What did I get next? I got some rickrack. I've got this out. Rickrack. Now I got this from Trudy Ann Designs, I think. And I just bought colours that I liked, and the dark red I thought would come in for, now that I do all these red samplers, and I like the dark red. This is the ribbon. See, this is how untidy I've been. This is from my last Flosstube, this is still out, Mary Robards. Haven't shown it this week, so I better show it again. Every week I find a reason to show this bloody sampler. But you can see there, it's like the dark red. Matches perfectly with I like me red Lancaster red even, for weeks, for me red stitches. So I bought them. The blue because I liked it, and the red because I thought, is that burgundy, maroon, dark red? We've had this colour conversation, haven't we? That was from somewhere else. Hang on, I'll pull things a little bit closer. Right, I got some fabric. I got this. No, I can't remember the stall I got the fabric from, I'll be honest. I got this one. Got this one, isn't this lovely? And I got this one. So I got 3 sort of tealy, on the teal spectrum, the greeny tealy spectrum. I got now this wouldn't normally be my thing, but I just was attracted to it. So I got that one and I got that one. And I thought they would complement each other quite well. No idea what I'm doing with them. I just buy the fabric and stroke it. We've had this conversation many times. The turtle. The poor turtle. I go down and stroke our fabric. No. And I got this. This was in the Christmas section of the fabric. But I liked it. Not that I didn't like it because it was Christmas. I liked it for any kind of fabric. But I can see how it would be sort of snowflakey. But I like that just as a... doesn't have to be a Christmas fabric. And I got these. And these were all similar to ones I got when I was at Cowslip. That one. There. Better over there. That one. Some butterflies. Bring them closer. And some dandelion heads. And this is right up my aesthetic street. So I loved them. And when I got home, I checked to see if I had them. And actually, I don't. The ones I bought from Cowslip are similar, but not those, which is quite a good thing. And I bought these 2 tildes. And I love me a tilde. I do love me a tilde. Hold on that side. Aren't they gorgeous? Again, no idea what I'm doing with them. We'll tackle that bridge when we'll come to it, won't we? We will do it together. We will do it together. I can't remember what stall I got this from, but I got fabric. I think 36 count. I could be wrong. Got that one. And I got that one. And these were just bits of fabric that they had out. And I got some from the same stall last year as well. And it was the stall that has all the drawn thread sort of hanging up. And I bought quite a lot of drawn thread last year. I fell down that rabbit hole. And have I stitched the... Oh, of course I haven't. Of course I haven't. And then I went to Kate's Sparklies. And I got... I have not seen this before. Mirabilia, sorry. Why can I not say Mirabilia? Aye, that's it. The Scent of Old Roses. And I don't know why, I just liked it. And it's an old one. I think, did I look it up? And it was 2003, maybe? Copyright 2000. So, yeah. So I like that, and I picked that up. And some shepherd's bush. So this was a winter's sheep. Isn't he dead canny, man? Reminds me of the sheep on Historical Samplers. Mystery Sal Advent that I did. What's this one? A Garden Gentle. Isn't that lovely? Sorry, I've left the price tag on. I don't know whether it's like, I don't hear other YouTubers, Flosstubers saying about prices, and I can't remember saying prices on things. Is it very, what's the word? Is it like a faux pas to talk about prices or to show a price? Tell me in the comments if I meant to hide the prices. Because I hear other people saying, oh, it's very inexpensive. But our ideas of inexpensive may be wildly different. So anyway, I always wondered. So anyway, sorry, I'm sitting here holding this up like, it's called Santa's Fill. So it's like a little stocking. Thought they were dead canny. So I got them. And this was why I went to, so this is burnt umber. And this is 46 count burnt umber. I need to keep the tags with them because I'm going to need to, I took them out the packets. And I got this one. This is a 28 count Harvest Blush. Why did I get that? Because I wouldn't normally buy a 28 count, but they do measure, when I've counted them before, they come in at about a 30 count. But they still look smaller than a 30 count. I think it's because the weave's relatively tight. I don't really know. It matches me nail varnish lovely though, doesn't it? And I'm still holding out hope that I can start Miss Christmas Eve on Christmas Eve this year, which I tried to start last year and that didn't happen. But that's a whole new story. So charcoal slate, 36 count. I love me my blues and my teals. This is glorious. Monarch. Isn't this fabulous? I'm going to open this up so you can see it. Look at that. Look at that. It looks wild. I don't think it's quite as harsh as it's shown up on camera. It's a little bit softer than that in the real world. Again, no idea. But I just had to have it. Sometimes I just like looking at them. I like looking at fabric, as we know, and I like stroking it. I keep falling off the seat. I think I'm too fat for it. My bum's too big for it. It just slides off. Or it could be that I'm too short and I'm literally sliding down because it's tipping us forward. I got this Virgo 36 count. This matches my nails as well, quite nice. Thought this is lovely bluey pinky. I was just thinking that might be nice for like a baby sampler, especially if you don't know what what Bambino is going to be. And this is another wild one. I'll open it up. Tiger lily. Look at that. Look at that. Feast your eyes. Is it different in real life? I think I'm saying, no, I think it's relatively true. I think it's a bit more orange. I think it's actually a bit brighter in real life. Or my eyes are saying it looks brighter. We had this conversation about colour and how we see it can be different, basically. So that was me fabric from Kate, but I have ordered back to Miss Christmas Eve. I tried to start it last year and I was already all good to go, had me Capricorn fabric, it was going to be perfect, it was going to be wonderful, I was in the zone. I got up on Christmas Eve to start it, took it all downstairs and realised the Capricorn fabric was 36 count. And bearing in mind it's 36 count over dye. Hope you can't hear my tummy rumbler. It's 36 count over dye. There is no way I would have gotten the beads on the mirror. It just wouldn't have happened. So I have literally waited all year to go to Sparkly's again and she didn't have any. So I was like, oh man, you haven't got any. So she is dyeing some for me. So I did order it and pay for it and it will be winging its way to me. We decided between us, we had a good chat about it, and we decided to go with a 28 count. So again, it comes in at about a 30 count. Now, I don't know whether I've bought, which one? This Harvest Blush, in case, because I tried bubblegum. I did have bubblegum. Have I used it for something? Oh, I think I used it for, is it Xenia? One of my Nora Corbett ones. I think I've used it for that. But the bubblegum just didn't go. It had too much maroony, purpley colour in it for it to go with the... Because Miss Christmas Eve is red and green, basically. And it just didn't go for me. So whether I've bought this thinking... Oh, the magpie sitting on. Oh, it's trying to get in the window. The neighbours across the way. Yeah, that's Michaela's house. Sorry, distracted. Magpies, I hope that means we're going to get another win today. Newcastle are, we're a bit nervy. A cracking game during the week with Liverpool, although I missed it because it was after 8 o'clock. Honestly, nothing keeps me up past 8 o'clock. It really doesn't. Unless it was like a final or a semi-final, then I would probably stay awake for it because that's like life or death. Anyway, I wonder if I've got this in case I either don't get the Capricorn in time or it goes with it anyway. We will see. Right, what else have I got? There's a bit. Me brew's cold. I think it's my little Flossie Lauren has a brew. Depends on, that will be her because my gaffer has a brew as well. And she's from over that way. Right, now I have actually left the prices on these as well, so I will try and put my finger over them in case they are faux pas to show. But these new nails I've got this like builder gel stuff on them, and when I try and scrape the price tag off, it makes an like a fingers down a chalkboard sound, and so I usually get my dentist toothpick that I use for me cricketing. So this was from Trudy Ann Designs. I got this. This is Annabella's. So Elaine from Annabella's, I think she calls it. It's pronounced. It's to me. It's thingy. Annabelle. Shut up, Sherry. Doesn't matter. I got this Jardin Privé. The Mr. and Mimi Quaker. I think Mr. and Mrs. Quaker. And I got this one, and I did have thoughts of starting this, but I've got thoughts of starting lots of things. Yeah, I'm sorry, my tummy. I might need to go and get another cup of tea or something, try and fill it with something. Right, Yuletide delivery, Plum Street. Isn't that lush? And I got, don't know why I got this. It's quite nice. Gather Memories. That would be nice for a card, maybe. Maybe that's what I was thinking. I like it. Well, I'm pleased I like it because I did buy it. Honestly. Where my head goes from one day to the next. Oh, no. Don't expect me to be able to pronounce that. Traunis Leventus. It's Christmas trees. Shall we call it Christmas trees? I think we should call it Christmas trees. Jardin Privé. I thought that would be a nice easy stitch as well. And I got this. A blackbird. Merrily, merrily, we welcome spring. This is a big old sampler. I don't know why I've picked this up, because this looks in the realm of the Saltbox Queen. Big. A big sampler for the proper cross stitches like Carol and Narissa. That's right up Narissa Street. She'll have done it. She will have. Salem Stitchers Stitchery, because I have done the Salem Sisters Apothecary. I thought this might be nice to have alongside it for Halloween. And I love this. Because I had, remember last week, it wasn't even last week, it was like last month, when I said I had plans to start Christmas Rose. That's never happened. I looked at this and thought this is an even smaller one of those. Maybe I'll get this done. And I really, really, really love to start something like I'm really, really missing stitching on samplers. Really, really missing. I need to rethink my it's literally called Merry Christmas, by the way. I need to rethink what I'm going to do next year. I just want to stitch all the things, and yeah, I've struggled. Now this one I need to open. Do in all things be exceedingly diligent. And I bought this because this is advice I need to take, because I'm not very diligent, really. Especially not when I'm at work. But don't tell me, Gaffer. Oh, that's right, she's the same. No, we get on really well, actually. But we do work hard. We do, most of the time. Cricket collection, Christmas. I've been after this, so when I saw it, I just thought, I'm picking it up, I'm having it. I am off with my Christmas. And I got 2 pins by Puntini. So these were autumn pins. And look at this one, man. Aren't they dead canny? Both Puntini. And that was Trudy Ann Designs. Oh, and I got some other things that I'll need to gather up. In fact, while I'm doing it. Yes, so the reason I wanted to go to Trudy Ann Designs Toot Sweet on the Thursday with these little beauties, these spools. Oh. So similar but not quite the same, small ones. And I got a bigger one. I'd love to know where she gets them from. And an even bigger one, Big Daddy. Aren't these just wonderful? Wonderful, wonderful. And I mean, in other worlds, people would look at us and go, why do you want them? But aren't they just? So they were sitting there beside my Jeanette Douglas spool from the Big Stitch that I need to do the stitching for and put on it. But I just saw the spools advertised and I thought, I need some of them. I need some of them. So I did. I got those. And I've also found this this pile of loveliness fabric that I showed you earlier is from here. It's the Stitch and Post. And if you're in Sussex, it says, a fabric shop with a difference, set in 3 acres of stunning Sussex countryside. We also offer classes, workshops and retreats. Please see our website for more details. And they're the stitchandpost.co.uk. They're on Instagram as well. Really lovely, and she was a lovely lady. I think it was the mum of the daughter when I bought my stuff. The daughter, I think she said her daughter had gone for some food or something. So of course she got a rush on while her daughter was away. Yeah, oh well, she had to deal with me. I mean, she doesn't need a rush on when she got me there. Right, what's next? What is next? Oh, Hawkins Hobbies. This was where, actually, I'll hang on to that and do that one last. We will do Cross Stitch Guild. We hunted and hunted, me, Lynn and Lauren, trying to find the Cross Stitch Guild. Now, I came across it twice, but I couldn't find my way back to it again. And very stupidly, which isn't like me, I forgot me flipping. They sent us a brochure. And sent us 2 brochures because I was going for the 2 days. And I forgot them both. So I didn't have a map. Oh. So I accidentally came across it. Now, and then the 3 of us trying to track down this bloody... We must have gone up and down every aisle 3 times before we finally found it. It was a miracle. It was a Christmas miracle. We found it. It was the last shop we went to. So it was the last chance saloon for me. So I got Hardanger embroidery. Have a go Hardanger. No, who is it that says that? No, it's this. It is this. It says. You're probably all going, it's on there. Have a go Hardanger. So I quite like this. So I've got 2 of these, really, really small. You know, I mean, I've bumped me gums for about a year now saying I'd like to try Hardanger. Well, put your money where your mouth is. Val Lawson very kindly sent me a load of Hardanger stuff. And I've kind of looked at it and thought I'm frightened and put it away. I am going to have a go. I am going to have a go. At some point in my lifetime. Hopefully I'll live a very long life. Because it might get done. Okay, and then I did 2 of these last year. I did the Christmas pudding. And I did something else. It's in my drawer of doom. They've never made it into actual trimmings. But again, in my lifetime. So I bought another 2 because they were lovely to stitch. Dead canny little stitches. Really, really lovely stitches. And these are kits. You get everything that you need with it. Same with the hard hanger. You get everything you need. So these are kits. And they're lovely ladies from the Cross Stitch Guild. And they're based very near Lauren. We're all going to pop over and have a cuppa one day. I'm going to go over. Lauren's going to be thrilled. Knock, knock, who's there? Oh, hello. Right, anyway. I got this. And I was drawn to the because again, it's all kitted. And I was drawn to the thread more, I think, than the pattern. The pattern's lovely, and I would have bought the pattern, but the big draw for me was the thread, and it reminded me like hell of something. I think it's sable. I think it's Gloriana sable that I am doing Nora Corbett with. I think that's what it is, because the fabric's fab. Sorry, I've got me thumb over the price. That's why I'm trying to turn it over like that. And this one, look at this. And I think Lauren found this for us, because that was it. She saw a Quaker and she was like, Sherry, this has got your name on it. And I looked and I thought, I do like it, but I've got Quakers at the moment that are ongoing and I don't like it enough to forego. But I was missing a red stitch. Well, I've got a red stitch on the go as well, you know, the lovely Alison, but gave me hundreds of 1/1, and I have to confess, when I realised how much 1/1, I have put it to one side and thought, oh gosh, I need to get it out, because 1/1 doesn't frighten me, it's just time consuming, that's all. Anyway, we'll go back to it. But anyway, how can you not love a red stitch and a Quaker? This should be Sherry Sampler at the top, because this has got my name all over it. It's a Quaker and it's a red stitch. And you do get, again, you do get the kit. Oh, oh shoot. Left the price. Sorry. Oh, kind of forget. I got a little bit off. You get the thread and the linen. Now, I'm not sure I'll substitute. I think I might substitute, because, well, actually I'm definitely going to substitute, because it's a 28 count linen. So I'll probably stick the linen in a giveaway, mainly because it's lovely linen. I just tend to gravitate away from 28 count. I prefer the higher counts for no reason other than that's just what I like. I like little delicate things, because I'm such a little delicate flower. So that was Cross Stitch Guild, and the last one. No, not the last one. I went here. Now this isn't cross stitch, but to me it kind of reminds me of it. So I bought, look at these little bead. It's the Southampton Bead Shop, and it's a little bead wreath. Jess, Cross Stitch Jess, she's the bead queen. And if you haven't watched Cross Stitch Jess, you need to, because, and I can't remember which edition it was in, she's finished Tangle Fire Ink Circles, all done with beads. It is incredible, absolutely incredible. So there is that one, and there is that one. I was a little bit frustrated because there was two places I went to where they had things on the wall that they didn't have. Like, that actually, it wasn't that they'd sold out, they just didn't have them. Or they were no longer being produced. And I'm like, well, don't put your stuff on the wall if I can't buy it. I don't want to see anything I can't buy. Is that not the whole point? Models to I suppose encourage you to buy, but equally so you can see them. So yeah. And then I went to Hawkins Hobbies, and it always gets messy there. So I got, this was where Santa comes out and is very kind. He was very, very kind to me this year, Santa. I got this little one, Miss Beetle, which I've been after for a little while. And then I got 2 fully kitted. I always, whenever I see Hawkins Hobbies, and Serena's lovely, and Robert, they're both very nice. God, that sounds really touchy. No, they are. They're a really lovely couple. And I always treat myself to a kitted. It started last year when I saw them at Harrogate, and I bought Winter Queen. Is it Winter Queen or Snow Queen? I can never remember. Lauren Cross Stitch Bunny did one, and I think hers is the Snow Queen's beautiful. If you don't follow Lauren, you should. And I think mine's called Winter Queen. I can't remember. Anyway, I got that. And then the big stitch, I got Wisteria. Is that a name, like the purple one where it's flowing in the dress? I think Miss Wisteria. And I now have Hollyberry Pixie. They had this done. This wasn't the one I was after, but this was the model on the wall, and oh, just, I won't do it on a pink like that. That might go on that Harvest Blush, do you think? That might work. I wonder if that's what I've thought. I wonder. Because I got this without, I've discovered, so I got it all kitted with the, what do you call it? The beads and the threads. But I don't like the linen. I don't like the witchelt linen. It's too crunchy for me. And I don't mind kind of crunchy fabrics, like Ada, but that softens as you go with it. This Witchell, it just doesn't seem to. It just, I just can't get away with it. And I just can't. I'm just not a fan of it. So they did actually have it with the fabric in, but you can get it. You can get it as just the chart. You can get it with just the threads, just the beads, with all of it. With the, you know, you ask them. So if you can go on to Hawkins Hobbies and then you can just email and send them. And this was another one. Now I knew I wanted to buy a fully kitted big one, but I just wasn't sure what. And I thought I'll take inspiration. And this I would never have bought in a million years had I not seen it. The model is incredible. Cinderella. Mirabilia Cinderella. I probably won't do the castle, but her and the dress, the way it, oh, it reminds me, I suppose, of Wisteria as well, but these done are just phenomenal. Just incredible. And again, I got this without the fabric, so, but I did get it fully kitted with the beads and the all the threads that you need for it. Can't tell you. I mean, it's all their fault, because if they didn't have the models, I wouldn't have bought them. And then, after all that, I was tired and I went home. And I had a lovely, really lovely 2 days at Harrogate. It was everything I expected it to be. It was massive. There's no way you can do it in a day. You just can't. I'm pleased I did 2 days this year. And I think you could go even more. like for me, because I would just do a bit a day. I would take one day and do all like the walking around the exhibitions, and because there's we didn't go near the shows. There's creative live shows, you can do them. There was more workshops I could have quite easily done. If you haven't been to the knitting and stitching show, now I was watching So Me Sarah, and she went to the Belfast one, and she said she was really disappointed by it. And I think, I mean, it never even occurred to me, but she said like people basically don't travel across to the Northern Ireland one. Vendors just, they don't want to go for their own reasons, you know, travelling and stock and getting things from A to B and all the rest of it. Like the logistics of getting over to Northern Ireland is difficult. So it's a shame, because the ones I've been to, the ones at Harrogate that I've been to are just phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. And I did fancy either doing Ali Pally next year or Belfast. Thanks, Sarah. So I know not to do Belfast. So it'll either be Harrogate again for another at least 2 days, or Ali Pally for some time away. So that is that. So I will clear up all of my stuff, and I will show you the other stuff that I bought, because it's been a month since I saw you. So yeah, and I've been trying to keep myself happy, so, and I just don't even care, quite honestly. I just don't. I'm at the point where I just don't care anymore. There you go. Right, 2 ticks. It won't even be 2 ticks. I will be in nanosecond. Okay, couple of bits that I got. This will be my book of days for next year. Last year I had the book of days, and I also had Stitches planner by, is it My Crazy Life? Cross Stitches planner, yeah. And this had loads of stuff in that I really liked, but there was too much almost. I was really overwhelmed, so I ended up not using it as much. And I started, plus I didn't get it until about April or something ridiculous. That my fault, nobody else's. So I'm going to do my own. I used to do bullet journaling, and it is, I mean, I'll talk about it more nearer the time when I actually do the pages. But it's a way of bringing my arty 40 stuff into my stitching world, because I'm missing being a bit messy, I suppose, and just sort of sitting at my desk and pottering. I used to absolutely love, nothing better than Saturday afternoon, Newcastle on the radio, and I would sit here on me. I had a decorating table as me first craft table with a bit of lino stuck on it, and I spent hours and hours and hours and days and days and days and days in here. So it'll be nice to marry the both worlds together. I got this from lovely Alison. So this is for Stacey Nash, the Jingle Ball, her, what do you call it? Gingerbread House Sewing Book, I think it's what it's called. So this is the wool. I'm not sure whether this is meant to be the linen to stitch on. We got this from Blackberry Primitives. Alison rang me and said, I'm ordering one, do you want one? And I said, yes, please. So Alison sent, so obviously haven't made it as yet. Jingle Ball will be all over by the time you see this, I suspect. But I'm about to jump into it. And then of course I got some stuff from the dog. I just got some threads. I was getting, oh, that's right, I got threads. When I say I got threads, I mean I got threads. I got threads off her. I kid you not. These are all for my 12 and 12 and my to go into my 25 and 25. So that all for me Blackbird. So I ordered all of those and got all of those. And I just got some extra threads of ones that I just thought, yeah, just fancied. And I got this Christmas etchings. I love this. I love this. I love this. I love this. I wanted to start it. I haven't had time. I've just been mental doing the Jingle Ball stuff. So, and that's what I mean by I've missed some of my other stitching. I really have. I need to rethink it next year, because I've found that I haven't enjoyed my stitching as much as I would normally do. So I really, really, really want to do Christmas etchings. And Rachel knows I bugged the life out of her for it. So I then got Primitive Hair. And you will probably know by now that I've got no Christmas decorations up. I might have a tree up here at the beginning part of the video. I don't know. Thinking. Depends if I can be bothered. And I got that one, Marley. Marley is dead. And I do have another order from her on the way. I need to get a grip. I need to get a grip myself. And we did an Owl Forest order. So there's a few of us girls, we normally club together if we're going to get something from Owl Forest, and then we can split the customs and the shipping. So I got, look at this, Moon Deer. You should see this online. Go online and have a look at it. This is stunning. Absolutely stunning. And I got the threads for that. I've gone with the DMC threads this time. After my patchwork calendar, I'm kind of over. I'm over the what do you call it? The cheetah threads that they do. And I got the Queen of Hearts. And again, on the website, this looks really rich, really, really rich. And I got the, having done patchwork calendar, I will never not get their threads because the variegation in them is just superb. So if I'm getting a pattern of theirs, I will get the threads if I can, if possible. So they were from Rachel. I got this from the Patchwork Rabbit. I think I ordered some threads and they couldn't travel alone, so I had to get this as well. Scarlet House, Harriet Passy, yes. And I got these from Hillside Rookery on Etsy. So I wanted to start I've got my Christmas Quaker tree. Basically it's sampler number 2, and I went hunting for sampler number 1, and I found it on their website. So this is sampler number 1 to go with the one that I was trying to start about a month ago as well, and that's never happened either. So I got the first one, and if I was paying for shipping, I thought I might as well get a couple. I like that. I'd love to do that because it'll just be relatively quick. I know those flowers will probably take a bit of doing, but relatively quick. And I got this one, Stacey Nash, another little red, just a little red one. I got from Peakside, I got some fabric, 36 count dirty U, EWE, not YOU. Is that not the most perfect sampler colour you've ever seen? Fox and Rabbit, is it? No, James of the Needle. Dames of the Needle, Dirty You, as in sheep. I'll sort that out after. And I have ordered the Jack Frost's Tree Farm. What do you call it? Like monthly auto ship thing. So this is the first one. And it does give you the instructions on the back, because obviously one will come out each month. And it gives the instructions what you need if you want to put them all on one big piece of fabric, which I think I would like to, but I don't know. And I got this as well. Threadwork Primitives. Give thanks. And that is all. I'm looking at the is all, because believe me, there is all of the cross stitch, all of the fabric, all of the stuff there. But I used to say I'm doing what my dad told us. I'm investing in my future, because when I'm a pensioner and I can't afford a cross stitch, I'll have loads to stitch and I'll never ever not have something to stitch. And it also means if I went part-time at work, excuse me, I would have things to do because I won't have as much money. So, yeah, it is what it is. Okay, I am going to pass you back to future Sherry, and she will do some sort of a recap, because she'll know what she's put at the beginning to be able to recap over. But that is my Harrogate and my gifts, and my huge thanks to Santi for being so kind to me, because he said I deserved it, and I agree. So ladies and gentlemen, you deserve it. If you need somebody to tell you today, you. Yeah, you that's just looked up. You deserve it. Be kind to yourself. Right, back to Sherry from the future. Hello, I feel like Michael J. Fox. Back to the future. God, that was, do you know, it only feels like a few years ago. And yet it was more than 30. Probably 40. Can it be? I'm not that old. I'm not. No, neither are you. Don't worry. No, we'll all just stay somewhere in my middle 20s. With the energy, of course, of a 70-year-old. Or is that just me? You know, as soon as I got over 29, my energy levels just went. So here we are at the end. It feels really weird doing this kind of thing, especially when I'm hopping back and forward between the past and the future. I'm a little bit discombobulated. So I may see you next weekend for an all Flosstube. Fingers crossed that happens. Pray for me, please. And hopefully I'll be back next weekend and I'll be able to give you a little bit more of a life update maybe. But for the moment, let's keep it in the day. Let's keep it in the day, take it a day at a time, and let the future look after itself. Bye for now.